I've got some really simple tech here for you guys, and it should make you a better player without much effort. It's something most good players have labbed a bit, but most beginners don't seem to think about. But it's insanely easy to lab, and once you've got it forever. Most characters are rewarded with Okizeme after their main combo routes in SF5. If you go for a throw on their wake up, and you're anywhere from +2 to +4, it'll hit as a Meaty and even beat their reversal buttons. Any longer, and you can just delay it manually. Obviously, the opponent can tech the throw, and then they're reset to neutral. Both players are pretty even from this exchange, but it could be considered good for the defender since they woke up successfully. To beat a throw tech, you've got to use earlier delayed buttons to counter hit it, but that's another can of worms entirely, and I'm not going to look at it today. Apart from teching the throw, the opponent has very few options. They can do an attack that's throw invincible, but not all characters have this, and it's often very risky on block. They can backdash out, but this is extremely vulnerable to meaty attacks. They can jump out, similarly vulnerable to meaties. And they can V-shift, which is usually very good against meaty attacks, but costs precious V-meter. A lot of players might see the opponent V-shift or jump out of their throw and think, shoot, I should have attacked instead. But actually, these defensive tactics are often vulnerable even if you tried to grab. Here's how it works. Compared to a normal throw reset, some of the startup of a meaty throw is resolved before the opponent can act. So relatively speaking, you're more plus when they try and get out of the way. Observe. With this 0 on block normal into instant throw, I'm +7. But in this meaty scenario, I'm +10. So here's the practical part of this lesson. Whenever you choose to go for a throw for your mix-up option, you should anticipate a V-shift, a backdash, or a jump. If you're waiting for one of those three, and they tech a throw, well, that's reactable, so there's no need to anticipate it. If they get thrown, that's certainly reactable, and you don't need to anticipate it. If they reversal, that's simply the risk of going for a throw in the first place. Now if they V-shift and you whiff a meaty throw, you're actually in time to whiff punish. The whiffs have a universal duration, and so do V-shifts, so this actually applies to all characters. This makes V-shift significantly more risky for your opponent as a reversal, since you're essentially option selecting against it. Find something good for your character. Now backdashing differs from V-shift because the duration is non-standard. Generally you'll be plus, but whether you get a punish or not is character specific. Mid-screen, there will probably be no punish, but in the corner you might get either an outright punish or at least the frame advantage to push a mix-up. Either way, your best option against backdash is probably to instantly jab. Jumping is not a common wake-up option to face unless you play a grappler, but some people might still do it, especially at low levels. Generally, you can still anti-air these jumps on reaction if they're neutral jumps. Or if they're forward jumps. Wake up forward jump is occasionally used even at a high level as a corner escape, so it's good to be ready for. Especially if you've got some way to keep them in the corner at the end of it. Practicing this is extremely easy. Get a dummy and record it to do reversal V-shift. And reversal neutral jump. Then turn them both on. The comm will choose between them randomly. And then just do your meaty throw setup and practice punishing the comm regardless of which option it picks. For extra practice, record reversal forward jump, reversal V-shift, and reversal backdash, then turn all three on, then practice it in the corner. Also, I presented this as tech for when you've got Okizeme, but all of this advice applies when you're +2 on a point-blank standing reset as well.